Greetings, this is the Divine Superconductor sponsored by MitoLife, and I wanted to share with you guys my bed setup. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So there's multiple levels to my bed, and I just wanted to share the main ones with you guys. Basically, I have a 9 pyramid grid with one over top. You can see that there. I'll put all the links below to this. And you know, this isn't just new age, airy-fairy stuff. When you start getting into pyramids, you're actually getting into a technology. So look up the book called Pyramid Power. Look up Patrick Flanagan, Nick Edwards. Nick Edwards actually passed, and his family carries on his work with these. So this isn't just like shafts put together randomly. This is very detailed. These are arrow shafts, gold plated, that were actually hit with a 1 million volt Tesla coil, which means that there is a Tesla coil near each one of these shafts, and it zapped it and permanently changed the structure of the atoms in each one of these shafts. That's very powerful. What's also very powerful is the angles, and that's probably the main thing, because you can build your own pyramid. You don't have to buy one. You could use cardboard, you could use PVC. Ideally, you use gold plated, some type of gold in it. It's very powerful. But basically these connections are perfect angles, like they're custom made molds. And what they do is they actually create these very specific angles. I believe it's 36 degrees and 72. Give or take a degree. Basically though, it's the Cheops design, Pyramid of Giza. So at one time in human history, or her story, all these pyramids showed up right around the equator, all the way around at the same time. What's going on there? Power plants. There's a lot of unexplained stuff with pyramids. I mean, they're found in China, they bulldoze them. They're found underwater off the coast of Cuba. Pyramids are basically energy generators. What does that mean? It just means they draw in life force energy. Chi, prana, nig, entropy, whatever you want to call it, right? Life force. So they channel in life force that's all around us all the time. And it actually sends it out, 80% of the energy, according to Nick Edwards, at the tips, which is very interesting. So this is super powerful. I didn't expect to get that many benefits from it, but the first night I slept on it, I twitched a little bit. Like when I add something very powerful into my sleep routine, that happens. I had an arm twitch, and then I was out like a light. It's exactly what happened when I started sleeping on the MAGNETICO sleep pad. To me, this is the last step. So I'm kind of starting at the most advanced and working backwards because it's there, and you're like, what the heck is that? It's a pretty cool design. It's lifeisagiftshop.com. I don't have any financial affiliation with them, but I'll put the link below. They're really nice people. If you have any issues, any of the things break, they'll send you new connectors. Just really helpful people, really cool. So that's the most advanced part of the bed setup. And then the next most advanced step is the MAGNETICO sleep pad. And that's this guy. Each pad is rated for 10 Gauss at the midline. So you put it under your mattress. This is a Casper 8-inch mattress. I think I have a link for them. I'll also put that below. It's a non-toxic mattress. I think out the door for the entire bed setup, it was $1,200, and it's pretty cool because no harsh chemicals. I mean, there's always going to be some stuff, but you put an activated charcoal pack by your bed. I'll show you that. So basically, this setup is the strongest MAGNETICO setup they have. I started with the 10 Gauss. That was very powerful. I slept on that for about a year, maybe a year and a half. And then I switched to the 20 Gauss. So basically, they offer with MAGNETICO 5 Gauss, 10 Gauss, and 20 Gauss. And the 20 Gauss is the most powerful because it's 40 times the Earth's magnetic field. So the other one is 20 and then I believe the 5 Gauss is 10, because the current Gauss of the magnetic field of the Earth, we're not talking about grounding, we're talking about when you're ungrounded, you're in the magnetic field of the Earth. What is that strength? Half a Gauss, 0.5, less than half a Gauss. So when you sleep on 20 Gauss, it's not like you're just sleeping on magnets. This is a unipolar, unidirectional magnetic field, which is what you want. Otherwise, your body thinks it's having acupuncture done, and there's an emergency response. The body gets stressed. So building your own magnetic pad probably costs similar to this because of the strength of the magnets. This is in foam, so there's a foam inside the thing that's sewed. It's a pretty cool design. And they're spaced perfectly, so the positive spikes that are created in between the magnets doesn't hit you, but the negative spikes do. And this is different. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then you want to flip it over. So you want those positive spikes and not the negative spikes. So super powerful. You can put your water on here. If you drink wine, you could put your wine bottles on here. Where do they store wine? In cellars. You could supercharge your elixirs. Really powerful to use copper cups and put them on the Magnetico during the day and then drink it before bed at night. There's a lot of cool tricks you can do with this Magnetico. It's not just for sleeping. So this has absolutely changed my life as far as sleep goes. Of all my sleep practices, even more than grounding, the Magnetico has been such a game changer because just the benefits. I'll link a video below to Dr. Dean Bonley's lectures on it. It's just unbelievable what it does. Like the studies show 80% less cortisol after just one night of sleeping on it until like 5 p.m. the next day. It strengthens the magnetic field that your mitochondria make. Essentially, it increases the sodium-potassium pump, ATP production, heavy metal excretion, and this is just physics. Basically, when you add more magnetism to the system, meaning the mitochondrial system, then that system is enhanced in many ways. And my favorite part about this probably is the heavy metal excretion. So lead, mercury, arsenic, thallium, whatever, but heavy metals in the brain. So the only thing to get heavy metals out of the brain is magnetism. And just be careful with PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. That's good for dental stuff, but the brain is you know, you want to keep it as natural as you can. That's my kind of mantra, as I go first to the natural and then to the, you know, semi-unnatural biohacks. Because at some point we do need to be, you know, it's not natural to megadose Shilajit and DHA like I do, but I do because of our environment. So I think that's good on the Magnetico. You put it under your mattress, standard 8 inches, and then at your midline, it's 5, 10, or 20 Gauss. If you can start with the 10, that's awesome. If you could jump right to the 20, that's even more awesome. Just watch the lectures. Don't believe what I say on it. It's really powerful with the magnetism stuff. And the next thing I have is a grounding sheet, and this is very context. So I have a grounding sheet here, and there's many companies. This is from grounded.com. There's a company called Tilson that's really great. You can make your own. You can buy the materials on lessemf.com. There's many sources for the grounding sheets depending upon your budget. So everyone can afford a grounding sheet. This is one of those things. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg for it. And so this is connected here to a rod in the earth outside. I'll show you. And I have lodestones on here. You can pick up a hand-sized one, probably for 20 or 30 bucks online. eBay is a great source of them. And these are basically earth batteries, magnetite that's been struck by lightning. So you set that on the silver threads. I have a huge one here. And it actually ups the voltage that you get from grounding. But again, with grounding, you're in an apartment, you're on the 3rd floor, there's someone here, 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 and here surrounding you. Open up settings on your iPhone, one eye, and you see that there's ton of Wi-Fi signals. So is it good to ground then? Who knows? I would say definitely do not ground to the third prong. It goes deeper. Maybe I'll go into that in future videos. You can get a Stetzer filter or a green wave to mitigate that. To some degree, lodestone, but the ultimate, I mean, even if you're in multiple stories, throw it out the window, the cord, to a rod in the dirt. That's the ultimate. So I'm going to take you outside to my backyard and show you what that is connected to. Because it's basically a Omica Organics high frequency vitalizer. That's what it's called. Sounds fancy. It's a copper rod filled with activated shungite, powdered shungite. And there's a vortex built in. This is the same technology they put into the shower filter. Here's my ice bath. So here it is. Boom. So basically it's just alligator clips. And this is the grounding thing that you get. So you just pick up these at the hardware store, little alligator clips, and you clip them on the grounding connection that you got with your pad. Or if you got the old school one, just alligator clip daisy chain together in series. And right here, it's just connected right to, there's a little spiral on here, so you just connect it to that. And you could water this to keep it moist. It's about to start snowing here, so that will be enough. But if you're hardcore, you'll moisten it, you know, every 2 or 3 days. But at night it gets pretty cold here, so I think that has an effect alone. But that's the ultimate thing to ground to, because I grounded for years to a silver rod. That's the next level. So that's the next step. So I showed you the pyramid, I showed you the Magnetico, showed you the grounding sheet, and another thing, this is probably the last one, is Vostra herbal infused bed sheets. So this is actually holy basil infused bed sheets, and I think it's about $300 for the set or so. I'll link them below. Again, no financial affiliation to them. About half the things I promote I have no financial affiliation with. I just like to share with you guys. So ideally, the sheets touching your skin, just like especially the underwear you wear, socks you wear, just the clothes, make them natural materials when you can. That's really underrated in the health community. I think that's more important than food, because cotton is sprayed an average of 7 times in a growing season. So that's a lot. So to just switch over for something that's organic, but even better, is infused with herbs, because it's actually Tulsi, holy basil, is infused into this bed sheet. They have vetiver, they have turmeric as well. And those herbs, just look up the benefits, a lot of effects. So it's a transdermal effect all night while you sleep. The last thing I would recommend, well, last two, I might as well just show you my nightstand here, is, here's Meadow, she's making an appearance. Hi, Meadow. So this is the Himalayan salt lamp, definitely a must. And right before you go to bed, you turn it down to super low setting. If you want to go next level, you could even put an orange bulb in there. And this is a Sagano pack. You guys have seen my video, activated charcoal for the car. You can get a bunch of packs. Basically, you just don't want the powder, you want the chunks of charcoal. You could, if you're a seamstress, you could sew it yourself. And keep this by your bed to absorb the VOCs, because there are levels to mattresses. And the Casper is good, but there's going to be some chemical off-gassing that's created. So any VOCs, I mean, the paint above here, I'm sure that's not natural paint. All the stuff I'm surrounded in, maybe the curtains, who knows, the carpet below me, right? All these materials are off-gassing all night long. So this is very powerful. Another thing is a Wi-Fi remote. So get this and plug in your router to this. So when you go to bed, boom, hit a button, Wi-Fi's off. This is critical. And side benefit, this is the part, it's called Zap Remote. Look up Zap Remote. I believe that on Amazon, eBay, just search online. Side benefit is it grounds this. This is not grounded, this is grounded. So that's another thing you could do. Another thing is keep a journal by your bedside and write down your dreams. Sometimes I fall off the wagon. Like last night I remembered maybe 2 or 3 dreams, but I was so exhausted that I was just too tired to write. Usually I'll push through that because the benefits outweigh the negatives there, as far as losing a little bit of sleep to get these things out. Because as you increase your dream recall, you'll start remembering your lucid dreams. And that's really important for spiritual evolution and really becoming your own therapist and working through emotional traumas. So I think that's it for my bed setup. That's pretty much it. The pyramid system, the grounding, the Magnetico, activated charcoal pack, the journal, the Wi-Fi remote. I would also say an essential oil diffuser. Here's my water distiller for making silver. Here it is. This is actually from Costco. Forget the brand. It's actually still on. This thing runs forever. Let me see if I could get the brand here for you guys. The Young Living one works great too. HOMEDICS. Home, HOMEDICS. Oh, Ellis. Something Ellis diffuser. I like this one because there's no lights, and it runs for about 8 hours, even though they advertise 6. I don't know why that is. Sometimes even 10. Sometimes it just runs way beyond what it should. So diffusing essential oils at night is essential too. So this ended up being just a bedroom overhaul video, which is fine. I wanted to also say that open up each side of your bed. I would say also look into Feng Shui. My head is facing north, which since I was born in '87, that's ideal. I'll put a link below to find out which ideal direction your head should be facing for what you want in your life. But this used to be against the wall, so there's no space here. I opened this up because that's not good Feng Shui to have the bed all the way against the wall, because you actually shut out any possibility of having a partner like that. So even if you don't want a partner, then this just opens up energetically that area, which can diffuse into other areas of your life. So Feng Shui matters. It's really important. Cleaning up clutter. I still have a long ways to go, but I'm doing a little bit at a time. So I hope you enjoyed the bed video. Sleep is optimal. Sleep is, to me, the second thing to get under control after your water, because that's when we regenerate, that's when we build muscle, that's when we consolidate memories, that's when we connect to our higher self. I mean, everything happens when we sleep. It's so critical. And there's the timing aspect. I feel best if I go to bed by 11 at the absolute latest. If I go to bed by 12, I'm a little more tired the next day. Try out some of these hacks, just add a few in, and stay supercharged.